guys, hope you're doing great. Today's question is best time to buy and sell stock with transaction fee. So the question says you're given an array of integers prices for which the ith element is the price of a given stock on day I and a non-negative integer fee representing a transaction fee. You may complete as many transactions as you like, but you need to pay the transaction fee for each transaction. You may not buy more than one share of a stock at a time. That is, you must sell the stock share before you buy again. Return the maximum profit you can make. So the question says that everything is the same. We can transact as many number of times as we want, but every time we are making a transaction, that is buying plus selling. So that makes for a single transaction. So every time we are making a transaction, we need to pay a fee which has been given to us in this method called fee. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the given array, and the maximum profit is that we are buying at 1 and selling at 8. Okay, so the difference is 8 minus 1, that is 7, minus the fee 2, so 5, right? And similarly, we are selling at 9 and buying at 4, so that is 9 minus 4 minus the transaction fee, which is equals to a total of 8. So I hope the question is clear. And I've done a similar video which is about the cool down interval. So it's best time to buy and sell stock with cool down, right? It is very similar to this question, and I have explained in detail the logic behind using this. I would highly recommend that you go and watch that video first and come back. However, we'll skim through this logic again. So at any point on any day, we can either have two of these, right? That is, either I could have a stock on that day, or I could have no stocks on that day, right? So if I say that dp of on the day I am using dp of I to represent. So I have two possible values, that I have 0 stocks or I have a stock on that day. So we represent them using dp of I0 and dp of I1, and that is why we'll just be creating a two-dimensional array of size dp of the length of prices and 2, because we only have two possibilities, either we have or we don't have, right? So now to fill up those values, if I have a stock on a particular day, then there are only two possibilities. Either I purchased it today, I bought it today, or I'm carrying a pre-bought stock. So I didn't do anything, right? For example, if I am at 3, I purchased the stock on 1. So at 3, I still have, on this day, I'll have a stock, but I have not bought it today. I'm just carrying it forward, right? So these are the two possibilities, and what we will do is to handle the transaction fee is that whenever we buy, we'll just deduct the transaction fee at that point in time, right? So if I'm buying it today, then it means that I did not buy it yesterday, right? So we'll use the I minus 1th day's 0 value, that is no stocks on that day, right? And I buy it today, so I am paying the price I, right? And also the fees. So this is what this turns out into. dp of I minus 1 of 0 minus price I minus the fee. If I'm just carrying a pre-bought stock, that means that I minus 1th day, I have a stock which is represented by dp of I minus 1, right? And that's what we just carry forward. Talking about the case 2, when I don't have any stock on day I. Okay, so if I don't have any stock, there are two possibilities. Either I sold the stock today, or I'm just carrying forward a pre-state of having nothing, right? So I'm not doing anything today either, right? So if I sold it today, then it means that yesterday, right? Yesterday I had a stock which I'm selling today. So we'll use the dp of I minus 1 value. That means it had the stock yesterday value, and we'll add the price for today to it because we're selling, so we get that money, right? So dp of I minus 1 of 1 plus the price of I. And if I'm just carrying forward a state from the past, then it's just dp of I minus 1 0, that is not having any stocks earlier and not having any stocks today. So I hope this makes sense, and if you haven't fully understood, please refer back to the video with the cooldown. I have explained it in more detail over there. So let's get started with the implementation. Okay. So the base condition is, let's get the length first. So prices.length. Okay, right. So if length is less than or equals to 0, if we just have one day's value here, we cannot do any transactions, so we'll just return 0 if it is a single element or we have one element in prices. Okay. Now after that, we'll need a dp array. So sorry. Okay, new int length, and as I said, two values, just I have a stock or I don't have a stock, right? So we'll just use this, and we'll just initialize the dp of 0. So dp of 0 of 0. So on day 0, if I have no stocks, then the value would be 0, right? And if I have stocks on day 0, then it means I purchased it today. So there's no other possibility, right? So I'll just take a negation of prices of 0. That's because, yeah, because if we are having a stock today, that means we bought it today, and to buy something you have to pay money, so that's why negative of the prices of 0. Cool. So now comes a for loop, and for each day we will just calculate the values in this same fashion. Okay, so we need to calculate the max, right? So max of these two possibilities for dp of I0 and the max of these two possibilities for dp of I1, right? So if I talk about dp of I0, that means when I don't have any stocks on that day, so we'll just take the max of these two. Okay, so the max of dp of I minus 1 0 or dp I minus 1 1 plus the price of it's prices of I. Okay, and dp of I of 1 equals to math dot max of, so we'll just take the max of these, so dp of I minus 1 1, okay, or this value, so dp of I minus 1 0, yeah, so dp of I minus 1 of 0 minus the price, yeah, oh, sorry, minus the prices of I minus the fee. We've also forgotten to take that into consideration here. So on day 0, if we are buying the stock, apart from the price of that stock, we'll also have to pay the fee, right? So we forgot to include that. So yeah, okay. So this is the application of these formulas that we've just discussed above. And once this for loop completes, what we want to return is dp of len minus 1 of 0, because at the last day, we don't want to be holding any stocks. We want to have had made all our transactions, completed them. So we'll share the value of having no stocks on the last day as a final answer. Okay, so let's see if that works. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that works. So the time complexity for this is O of n, and the space complexity is also O of n, because although we are using a two-dimensional array, the other one is just 2, which is fixed. So hope you guys find this video helpful. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Keep coding and take care, guys.